Alright, so we're going to get started with today's video. We're going to rebuild the motor is what we're going to do. We're just going to rebuild it stock. I got a set of a rebuild kit online coming in with rings, pistons, all that stuff. In the meantime, while it takes a little bit to get here, I'm going to start pulling stuff off the motor. So today I'm going to start pretty much pulling off all the turbo stuff. Get the fluids out, drain the oil, drain the coolant, etc. I had a couple options I was thinking about. One was pretty much spend all my money that I have to do like a gnarly swap, or save a lot of the money, just rebuild it stock, run a low boost setup, because the motor itself can handle, people say up to 300 horsepower stock, like on boost, which I'm not gonna run that much. I'm really hoping I just hit it like 240, 260 on this. That'd be plenty for me for right now, given the resources and financial support on this. So I thought about it, and the other option was like just getting another bottom end that was good, or getting a long block that was good. But then again, that's gonna be me having to trust people again, and I'm kind of over that. And this way, that if I rebuild it myself, I know it's gonna be good or not, and it's only myself to blame in the end. So I'm gonna get the motor off, which works out because I have a spare head and it's a bit cleaner than the one that's on there. It's not missing any studs or anything like that, so I'm stoked. I gotta pull this motor again. Well, not this one in particular again, but you know what I mean. Pulling another motor out of this car for like the third time since I've had it. We don't give up here. We keep going. We keep trying. We're gonna get it to work. I promise. So with that being said, I'm gonna start taking stuff apart right now before I have to go to work. Well, I thought my batteries were charged, but I guess not. So my charger's either lying to me or not working, which is great. So yeah, my battery died. But yeah, I got the fluids pretty much drained. I'm gonna start taking all this stuff off right here, the intercooler piping, and the turbo and stuff like that. Start disconnecting this, take the turbo out, and then pretty much pull the wastegate off after that. I gotta actually probably jack up my car so I can disconnect the hose, but I'm gonna jack it up here in a minute. Let's see, the oil should be done. I'm just letting this stuff drain right now, and that's it. But yeah, I'll go find my jacks and jack stands, I guess. So yeah, so this is off. I can just pull it right out, which I'm going to do here in a second when I put my camera down. But yeah, I taped everything off just because I lost all the rubber things. So anything with an outlet or inlet or whatever, just masking tape just so it stays clean. No debris or anything gets inside, because this is still a brand new turbo, actually. I guess the kind of flip side of rebuilding the motor at the same time of having a turbo kit is everything's going to kind of be broken in all at the same time. So that will be pretty nice. The other head is over there. I checked everything. Everything looks good. It just needs to go to the machine shop to get resurfaced, because I think it was a little warped. I can't remember. I'll have to do the measurements again. But I'm going to use that head just because it already looks a lot cleaner, and it probably just needs a little less work than this head. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a handful of stuff I'm not gonna need to replace, but I'll probably replace the thermostat again. I'll get like one of the ISR lower temperature ones. I got a new alternator. Timing kit in this is brand new, so I'm just gonna run that. What else? I'm going to replace the power steering pump while it's out. Yeah. So, pretty much get the turbo off, and then start disconnecting everything, and pull the fuel stuff off. And this is going to be another fucking fun project, but I have a better understanding now of pulling these things out, so getting this out is going to be easy. What's probably going to take the most amount of time is putting everything back together, especially since I haven't like assembled a bottom end or anything like that for like 5 years now. So we'll see how that goes. So my goal for this video is to get this motor out of the car, but I gotta go to work right now. So the next clip is probably gonna be the next day. Everything's off. Well, everything needed to pretty much get this thing ready to be pulled. Power steering lines. All I gotta do is disconnect the transmission and the motor mount, which is probably something I'll do tomorrow. I don't even actually, what time is it? I gotta see what time it is. I still gotta go to work today. Oh shit, 12, yeah, I gotta get going here in a minute. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna be going to work. So tomorrow what I'll do is everything that needed to be disconnected is disconnected, taken off, everything's unplugged. While this is out, I'll probably like rearrange some stuff. That's unplugged. It's the brake booster. There's only 2 vacuum lines over here that need to be unplugged. Yeah, everything's off. Everything's ready to be pulled out as a whole. So yeah, we'll pull it out. We'll get it on the engine stand. So yeah, the next thing is to pull the transmission bolts and the motor mounts, and then ploop. I'm gonna take the hood off again. It makes it easier. But then yeah, ploop, and out she is. And tearing her down can commence. So the motor's out. Yeah, I got home last night from work and I just pulled it out, just to have it out. And now I'm gonna start pretty much taking everything off. So pretty much the first things I'm gonna start taking off are the pulleys. Or not the pulleys, but like the alternator, power steering, stuff like that, just because they're on brackets. So I'll just pull them off all at once. And then after that, let's see, we'll kind of start with the intake, the exhaust, and kind of like start taking everything off piece by piece like that. Right now I gotta go make a little bit of room inside the garage in the back, just to put a lot of these pieces on. The table is going to be for like the smaller pieces that I'm going to use. I should go grab some baggies actually and put the bolts in and stuff. So I'm going to go probably do that real quick and then start working on the motor. Intake side is done. I got to pull off the heater hose and the PCV hose, but that's about it. Like my camera lens is probably fogging up because it's cold outside right now. Like it is. This sucks. That's all I'm gonna say. This fucking sucks. So next is this exhaust. I'm gonna get these studs off, get the exhaust off, and then start getting the head off and stuff like that. Pretty much almost done. Oh, is that my knock sensor? It is. That was not plugged in at all. That is hilarious. So that's something I gotta figure out. I wonder if that's on the main harness, the engine harness, or on the harness of the intake right here. I don't know. I'll have to double check it all. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna start getting everything off right now. Also, it's a good thing that I'm not using this head again, because I don't know if it's gonna focus very well, but this stud is backing out with the manifold, like all the last ones. Come on, find a point to grab. Come, you're a 14. There you go, ho. I should actually not unscrew this with my camera in hand. This is gonna fall right off. Alright, so this is actually pretty cool to see, because if you guys watched my other video when I did the exhaust, there was 2 bolts you can see. They're filled with gasket maker and a mixture of JB weld. But these 2 bolts were missing on the head. One was already missing. One kind of snapped off when I was screwing the nut in, and funny enough, my little like JB and gasket maker mixture worked really well, because look at the sides of the gasket. Like, this gasket's still usable. Like, this is probably a gasket I'll just reuse again, just because we had a slight, actually it's not even an exhaust leak right there. Let me see if I can focus in on that. You can see right there, just right at the edge.
Basically, if it wasn't as tight as it was, we would have had a gnarly exhaust leak right there. But everywhere else, like, look at that. My little idea worked out really fucking well, surprisingly enough. I'm actually pretty shocked that that whole idea worked. So, that's cool. Oops. Yeah, so I'm gonna reuse that gasket. Maybe, I don't know. I'll probably buy a new one, honestly. But I'll re-gasket maker the new one too, just in case. The other head has all the studs, but this was not a bad idea at all. And this stuff stayed on really well. So, copper gasket maker for the win. Add that to the book of shit I trust. Oh, look at that. It peels right off. I might be able to reuse this gasket. Maybe I'll just kind of clean this up a little bit. Alright, so this is all taken off. I don't know if I showed you guys this before, because there was a time I took the top cover off to look at everything. That timing kit's brand new. Like, brand spanking new. So, that's one thing I don't have to replace. I can reuse that. So that's cool. So I'm not gonna lose that. That's all brand new. So what we'll do is I'll need to find something to put in between the little tensioners. Alright, so I'm to the step taking off my camshafts. There shouldn't be any compression in the motor now. I kind of relieved all of the pressure when I turned the motor over and whatnot. In theory, you could just kind of just take the cams off at like front to back, but just to keep, you know, good ethics, always start in the middle and work your way outward. You start here, you go 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 here. Oops. I don't know if I showed that on camera. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, pulling the head off right now. I have that shittily zip tied to my oil dipstick because that's just who I am. Anyways, so quick rundown in case you don't know. This ain't like a full in-depth video, but start in the middle and then cross and then yeah, like that. So go in the middle and then do cross, and don't like loosen them, like break it loose, then break the other one loose, break that loose, break that loose, break them all loose, and then start to loosen them a little bit, loosen them a little bit, loosen them a little bit, and then I'd do that one more time afterwards for safe measure, and then take them all out. Just because it's not a big deal with this head, because I'm probably not going to use it again. I got another head I'm going to use. But yeah, it's just so you don't fucking break your head or warp your head or fucking do any other damage. So, yep. I'm about to get this off and see what the hell is going on inside. It's looked pretty good. In reality, I might just need to clean these pistons off. There's not even that much like carbon buildup on them. Huh. It's crazy. I am going to have to set my camera down in a second because I got to put my hands in there and see at the same time. But so far so good. The cylinder walls look fine. Like they're not even that. There's like no fucking scoring in them at all. From what I can see, I got to put my hand in there and feel. But interesting. Okie dokie. Well, let me inspect further, and then I will come back with a verdict for you guys. Alright, so it's going to be a little hard to show you, pretty much like the inside of the cylinder walls here. But, they're pretty smooth. My fingernail doesn't, like, stop on anything. So I can smoothly run my fingernail across the whole top and bottom end. Might not even need to hone it. There's a couple cuts right here. Wait, what's that? Ooh, I do feel something. I think this is the bottom. I'll have somebody else take a look at this, double check it. But so far, each cylinder feels really smooth. So, no problems there. The problem was with these pistons. It's not really going to show up on camera. Oh, you can kind of see a scratch right there. There's some of these scratches. So that is where my loss of compression is because the rings failed. There's also a little, can't see it probably, but I can barely see it. And between the ringland, or on the ringlands, there's some cracks on them too, little couple of them. So that makes sense. So what we'll do is we'll just get a rebuild kit and kind of go from there. Should be pretty easy. I didn't have to completely pull apart the motor for this. So I'm gonna wrap this up tonight so it stays dry and doesn't get any moisture inside. And then I will start ordering the parts, and the next video will be of us rebuilding it. Is that a fucking donut? Oh my god, my guy. So that's pretty much, yeah, well, we'll fix it. So yeah, I gotta get going because I gotta go do another project, which is another video for another time when I get it here. And with that, I am going to get out of here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Gonna rebuild this ASAP. So yeah, and with that, have a good night. Bye.